YouTube, what's cracking? Welcome back to the channel. As always, I am Colin, sorry BTR, your Game Pass guru. Do you guys remember a few years ago when Hideo Kojima announced he was working on a new game and the internet collectively responded with,
"My God, okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm.
Wait.
Everybody calm down."
Shortly after that, he decides he's going to start releasing cryptic bits of information. And by bits of information, what I mean is musings and hints at something that seemed as though what it actually was not a game script, but the remaining notes from a screenwriter who had been commissioned to write 4 sci-fi originals at once and had lost them in the LSD cocaine-fueled binge which he'd written them in and was shuffling frantically trying to form an outline. And then we released Death Stranding into the world. Well, I didn't get it because it only released on the PlayStation platform, and PlayStation fans were quick to let us know it was a masterpiece. It was the pinnacle of gaming achievements. It would redefine the genre of gaming. And Microsoft fans responded very maturely going, "Oh, it's a walking simulator. It can't be that fun." Well, last year it came to PC. And PlayStation fans responded very maturely.
It's not personal.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Wow.
I'm going to kill myself, and it's your fault.
And then at the end of the summer, when it released to Microsoft Game Pass, PlayStation fans told us the game was never actually that good and we were getting their sloppy seconds. And now that Kojima might be signing an exclusive release contract with Microsoft, they're telling us he's actually a hack and he was never that good and his games have always been overrated experiences and we're not gonna get anything good out of the guy. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. Fanboy opinions are very hard to keep up with. But now I have played Death Stranding, and all the things that you've read or seen about Death Stranding might have left you scratching your head. And now that I'm a dozen hours into the game, I am bald from scratching my head at Death Stranding. But we're not going to review Death Stranding today. We're going to look at the first dozen or so hours in a silly little way and see what there is in this game. Maybe it'll strike your fancy, because I will say, late game, it's a pretty special experience. And it does what we want Kojima games to do. And I'm not going to spoil that for you. So don't expect me to get serious and to tell you what the game is really about. We're going to have some fun and look at the silly start of Death Stranding. I, for one, am always grateful for these little tip screens teaching you things like lose too much blood and you will become anemic. Anyway, we're going to start this little look at Death Stranding the same way that I, as a real gamer, start every one of my days. We wake up alone in bed, sleeping uncomfortably, and reshackle ourselves to our kink toy, point our imaginary friend that only we can see towards our collectibles, poke our wall baby, and begin the day by stepping into a sci-fi shower where a sci-fi toilet shoots out of our sci-fi wall. And we can take a sci-fi pee that analyzes how much beer we've drank. Then I take a sci-fi poop, sponsored by the show that I'm on, AMC. Thank you. Then get out of the shower to get back into the shower and now have Norman Reedus's body. Yeah, you're Norman Reedus or Sam in this game. And dude did so much motion capture. It's kind of crazy how much movement and little minute character moments are here. And his butt, you're all welcome. By the way, all of your body waste and filth is being collected. So we put on our sunglasses, crack open the first Monster Energy drink of our day, and start thinking about what we're going to do. You've heard that this is a walking simulator, and that is pretty true. The purpose of this game is that we are living in a semi-post-apocalyptic world after an event called the Death Stranding. I don't know what it was, and this is how it made me react in the mirror all by myself after playing a dozen hours of this game. The Death Stranding requires a lot of caffeine, as you can tell, to understand has left the world tattered and separated, most importantly. Most major forms of transportation have been taken away from us, and Sam is a courier who must deliver packages from one location to the next. This guy right here, this is Dead Man. He's our doctor. And if you can see there, his scalp has been cut open and apparently removed at some point. So I think our doctor was lobotomized, which is cool. You know, Dead Man, great name for a doctor. That's Die Hard Man. After we met BB, who is the baby strapped to our chest. Does this make sense to you? Okay, me neither. But look, we walk across America with packages strapped to our back to deliver vital necessities from one settlement to another. Some of these necessities are things like metal, and some of them are things like embryos and semen or tennis shoes. And then we have our little spiky boy on our shoulder that lets us know whenever danger is close by. And danger in this game requires that while carrying 250 kilograms on your back, you need to crouch walk and spray paint things to keep them safe, and then hover away from these ghosts. I don't know, man. These are BTs is what they're called, and not the techno artist who gave us the soundtrack to the first Fast and Furious movie. Shout out. These BTs try to trap you in their tar. If you get caught in the tar, you're gonna have to lose all of your materials, which you'll need to come back for if you're able to escape. If you don't escape these little BTs, then they drag you into a tar pit. And in this tar pit, you fight a tar whale. Not a narwhal, a tar whale. I'm not proud of it. Let's move forward. The way you fight this tar whale is to either escape to the edge of its newly imposed lake, or later in the game, throw poop grenades at it, or blood grenades like you see here, because you are special. And we have learned, thanks to Dead Man, that spray painting your blood keeps BTs away. You sometimes will upset the baby and have to shake him until he settles down. And this is a mechanic in the game. Are you believing this right now? This is the game. Okay, there's a lot of talking. Real quick, I need a pee break. All jokes aside, this is a gorgeous and sometimes overwhelming game. Put it away. I said all jokes aside. It's sometimes overwhelming in this game how vast and empty this America feels. There's a really special tone created in this game, and like Kojima has done in the past, he adds an atmosphere that isn't like what any other developer or creator is really capable of. There's a distinct vision here. This is absolutely a walking simulator, but this isn't Firewatch. This is not any of the kinds of experiences you've had before, because traversing the world is not a chore, believe it or not. I know it's hard for me to convey here how satisfying it can be to go and pick up another player's lost items, or try to anyway. He had some really heavy stuff. The game is just really well realized. This is a complete world, and later on, some of the relationships that are hinted at do see a satisfying conclusion. Most importantly, Norman Reedus's portrayal of Sam gives you a completely fleshed out and really three-dimensional character. This guy starts with certain attributes and characteristics that make him feel alien to us, but because of how much time we spend with him, even in menus like that, we feel like Sam. There's some really interesting dialogue that occurs later on in this game that really calls out to the fact that you are not alone. And once you have connected an area on your map to the chiral network, you're then able to interact with things in that world that were left behind for you by other players. This is a really cool experience, allowing you the opportunity to have total isolation and experience real panic in situations where you don't know how to survive what's happening. And then after you have, you see that you're not the only one that did it, and you can even give Facebook likes like that to signs, and the encouragement left behind by other players will increase your stamina, because feeling like you're not alone is very important. So Kojima took a game that is truly and wholly single player and made it multiplayer in a way that impacts you as the player and is the story. There's a lot here for me to spoil, and even though I decided I wanted to make this video as a bit of a meme, enjoying the laugh that can be Death Stranding if you're not paying attention, this is a game that will reward you for your commitment to it. This slow, plodding journey is so satisfying. Spend just a moment with me listening to this at the end of this delivery. Being cheered on while your character is low on energy, low on stamina, and you yourself have just finished a 26-minute trek of just walking. A real sense of connection there, knowing that if you're enjoying what you did, you didn't waste your time. You also didn't do it alone. This is really satisfying. Let's get some clarity to what's going on in this game.
These specimens are essential for maintaining genetic diversity, as they were donated by civilians living outside the major population centers. By taking advantage of chiralium's temporal properties, we can ensure they remain viable for as long as required. After the shipment's been processed, connect the Cupid. Now, once that's done, the entire region will be integrated into the chiral network.
Nope. Didn't help at all. And to be honest, it's not really supposed to, at least not at this part of the game. There's a lot here, y'all. This game's big. This game's epic and quiet and patient and, dare I say, rewarding. There's been something very calming about coming home at the end of a day and getting to read the lore of this world. Maybe make a delivery. Maybe just wander out and pick up someone else's lost items and drop them off at a mailbox for them. Logging in and seeing that I have 600 new likes because I affected 600 new players. It's kind of cool. I get the social media dopamine rush of having helped someone while also not falling into the cancer spiral that is actual social media. So hey, thanks for connecting us, Kojima. I'm excited to see what we get next. If this has done anything for you and you made it to this point in the video, you might have liked it just a little bit. So why not follow Sam's example and throw a thumbs up? Maybe it'll increase your stamina to be affected by this video. It won't increase your stamina. I don't know why I lied. I appreciate you so much for watching. Information into the 1 month Xbox Game Pass giveaway, sponsored by More Than a Mia, my dear streamer friend, is available in the description down below. Follow me on Twitter, join me on the live streams over on Twitch. We get into all kinds of weirdness, but we have a good time just hanging out. Come by, ask me anything you want to about the Game Pass, and if I don't know it, we'll learn it together. I appreciate you guys letting me Sherpa you up the mountain of content available on the Game Pass. And until next time, see ya!